This is Tyler Stewart, and this is Sprint 1 for Rate My Politician. Epic Story. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to create an account so that I can comment and rate different politicians' pages. Child Story. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to enter my first name so that the system knows my first name. Acceptance criteria. First name box is displayed on screen. The user is able to enter into it. So if we go to create account page, here's the first name box. And we can enter. Child Story. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to enter my last name so the system knows my last name. Acceptance criteria. Last name box is displayed on screen. The user is able to enter into it. Here's the last name. And we can enter into it. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to enter my email so that I can use it as a username to enter the website. Acceptance criteria. Email box is displayed on screen. The user is able to enter into it. Here's the email box. Go ahead and enter into it. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to enter a state so that the system knows where I live. Acceptance criteria. State dropdown is displayed on screen. The user is able to select a state. So here's our state dropdown. Here's all of our states, and we can select them. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to enter a password so that my account is secure. Acceptance criteria. Password is displayed on screen. The user is able to enter into it. Text is just dots for security. So let's go check that out. There's our password box. There we go, and there's dots. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to click Create Account so that my account is created. Acceptance criteria. Button is displayed at the bottom of the screen. Button is clickable. When clicked, if email is in use, it will notify user of taken email. When clicked, if email is not in use, it will redirect user to dashboard page. User is created in MongoDB collection of users, and password is encrypted. So let's go ahead and try to create an account with this email that I've already used. Let's try this email use. So let's change it up a little bit. Put in a password. Oh, I'll use that one. Let's do. Okay. So it took us to the dashboard page. If we go check MongoDB, refresh. Stewart11 was created, and then our password is encrypted here. Epic Story. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to view politicians' ratings and pages so that I can browse without creating an account. Child Story. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to see a politician's info at the top so that I know whose pages I'm on. Acceptance criteria. The name is displayed at the top. The position is displayed at the top. The state, if applicable, is displayed at the top. The rating is displayed at the top. The image of the politician is in the top right corner. Let's go ahead and log out. And let's go to the politician's page. So here we have the name, the position, the state, the rating of the politician, and then our image is in the top right. As an unregistered user, I want to be able to see the news about a politician so that I am up to date about his recent news. Acceptance criteria. The news will be displayed in the middle. Each news story will be displayed in a bootstrap card. An image will be displayed about the news. A quick blurb about what happened is underneath the image. A link to the actual source will be underneath the blurb. So here's the news, with a picture, and then a blurb about it. Ted Cruz visits WW2 Memorial today, and then a link. And the link just goes to a random site. There's not an actual article about that. As an unregistered user, I want to see the politician's comments and ratings so that I know how other users feel about them. Acceptance criteria. A table of comments will be underneath the news section. The table will have the name of the user. The table will have the state which the user picked as their main state. The table will have the rating from the user. The table will have the comment from the user. So here's our comment table at the bottom, and we see Tyler Stewart from Oklahoma gave him a 4 rating, and here's his comment. Epic Story. As a registered user, I want to be able to log in so I can gain access to my account. Child Story. As a registered user, I want to be able to go to the login page so that I can log in. Acceptance criteria. Login is at the root directory. When browser requests root directory, login training window. If we hit login here, we're at the root directory in the login training window. As a registered user, I want to enter my email so the login knows who I am. Acceptance criteria. Email box is displayed on screen. The user is able to enter into it. There we go. As a registered user, I want to enter my password so that I can securely log in. Acceptance criteria. Password is displayed on screen. Text is just dots for security. User is able to enter into it. Here we go. Let's enter our password. As a registered user, I want to click a login button so the system can log me in. Acceptance criteria. When button is clicked, if credentials are correct, it will redirect them to the home page. When button is clicked, if credentials are not correct, it will notify user and not go anywhere. So let's make the password wrong. Invalid password. So let's enter the correct one. And there we go. There's the home page. Epic Story. As a registered user, I want to be able to log out so that I can end my session. As a registered user, I want to click a logout button so that I end my session. Logout button will be displayed in a drop-down menu at the top right of the screen. When clicked, session will end and user will be directed to login screen. So I'm currently logged in, and the logout button is going to be in this drop-down right here. So if we click that, we're logged out, and we're back to the login screen. Epic Story. As a registered user, I want to be able to view a politician's page so that I can see current information, current news about them, and their ratings and comments. As a registered user, I want to be able to see a politician's info at the top so that I know whose page I'm on. Acceptance criteria. The name is displayed at the top, the position is displayed at the top, the state, if applicable, is displayed at the top, the rating is displayed at the top, the image of the politician is in the top right corner. So let's log in as a registered user. And let's go. So we're logged in here, and we can still see the politician's name, position, state, rating, and image. As a registered user, I want to be able to see news about a politician so that I am up to date about his recent news. Acceptance criteria. The news will be displayed in the middle. Each news story will be displayed in a bootstrap card. An image will be displayed about the news. A quick blurb of what will happen is underneath the image. A link to the actual source will be underneath the blurb. So here's our news and a picture, and then a blurb about it, and then a link to the article. As a registered user, I want to see the politician's comments and ratings so that I know how other users feel about them. Acceptance criteria. A table of contents will be underneath the news section. The table will have the same name of the user. The table will have the state which the user picked as their main state. The table will have the rating from the user. The table will have the comment from the user. Here's our table. Tyler Stewart from Oklahoma gave him a rating of 4. He said he's a good senator. Epic Story. As a registered user, I want to be able to customize my profile so that my dashboard is always tailored to me. As a registered user, I want to be able to navigate to my profile so that I can edit it. Acceptance criteria. Upon login, the profile button will appear in a drop-down at the top right. When clicking the profile button, it will navigate the user to the edit profile screen. So we're logged in. We click up here to drop down, and here's the profile. Clicking it will take us to the edit profile screen. As a registered user, I want to be able to edit all fields so I can keep it up to date. Acceptance criteria. The email field is editable. The first name field is editable. The last name field is editable. The state field is editable. So I can come in here and change my email. Change my name, my last name, and I can choose a different state. Let's choose Michigan. As a registered user, I want to be able to upload a picture so that people know what I look like. Acceptance criteria. File upload control is visible. Click of current picture is by file upload. When click browse on file upload and Windows File Explorer is launched. So here's our profile picture, and there's the picture next to it. And click it and find a picture. So there we go. As a registered user, I want to click Save Changes button so that my changes will be updated. Acceptance criteria. Save Changes button is visible at the bottom of the screen. When clicked, it will update all changed fields. When clicked, if user uploaded a photo, it will change to a new photo. After clicked, it will redirect the user back to the home screen. So we've already changed this one, and we added a new picture, so let's hit Save Changes. So you can see right here, my picture already changed up here. So if we go to Profile, all this is changed. So let's change it back. 33. Go back to Oklahoma. And let's click this one. And there we go. And everything is back to normal. Thank you very much.